So today we'll be doing a screen replacement for an Acer Aspire 1 netbook, 10.1 inches, model number D as in David, 255E as in Edward. The screen was ordered at screencountry.com. So first we're going to want to remove these two stickers here and here in order to access the screws which are hidden behind. Just try to take a knife here and carefully pry those up without damaging them. Mine still has the screen protector part on them. It's just like a regular sticker here. Put it right there for now. And the other one here. Just before we go any further, we're going to flip the netbook over, and just as a safety precaution, we're going to remove the battery by pressing and releasing on the little battery locks here and sliding it off. So there's the battery. Now that those stickers have been removed, we'll remove those screws. Just two little silver screws. We'll just put them off to the side here. Now we're going to have to carefully reach with our fingernails underneath the bezel here and up and along the sides in order to carefully snap it out and remove it without breaking it. So just use your fingernails and be a little gentle. And that's normal to hear that little unlocking sound. And again, we're carefully prying from the inside of the monitor screen, lifting up and away from the screen itself. Might be a little bit better of a shot here for you. Just gently lifting up. Once you get most of it off, it's really quite easy. Alright. So now there's the bezel removed. It's got the two little hooks here that we want to be careful not to break. Just put that off to the side. Now your screen is held in place with 4 screws here, 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 sorry, we'll do it this way, here, and here. So let's remove those 4 screws there. That's 1. That's 2. So the screws appear to be the exact same size, so no need to keep them separate. That's 3. And that's 4. So far we've removed 6 screws. 4 black ones from the inside holding the monitor inside, or the screen I should say, and then 2 small silver ones which held the bezel onto the frame. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to continue the removal of the old screen by carefully peeling it in a downward direction towards the keyboard, pushing the whole screen down in this direction. Otherwise, it's just a little piece of tape on the back side of the screen, so some people would prefer just to carefully put that down with their finger. There's one at the top and one at the bottom here. And just fold the screen down towards the keyboard here. So if you'll notice that this is a piece of tape right here, this piece of tape right here, ready to be stuck onto the new screen when we're finished doing the change here. The last real kind of step is a little bit sensitive. Just be careful with this wire. Don't know if you can see that properly, but this is actually your screen's connection right here. So we want to carefully remove that connector by pulling it straight out of the screen in this direction. In my case, I'm just going to carefully cut that here. Some may not have this sticker here. This netbook happens to be refurbished originally, so this sticker is a refurbishing sticker. And the connector comes out very easily at that point. So you may want to just kind of cut that sticker off to begin with before you start trying to pull that out. It's a little bit easier. Now what we're going to do is just remove the old screen. Damaged, unfortunately. We're going to get our new screen, which was delivered to us from screencountry.com. We'll unwrap that. So here is our new screen, which has a screen protector on it, which we will not remove until the very end of the installation. Here is the way the screen will go in. Lie it down on the keyboard and just reassemble the netbook in the reverse order of the way you took it apart. So carefully line up this little connector here. It's a very, very fragile connector, so you want to be very careful at this point. It does slide in rather nicely. Looks like it's very well connected at that point. I'm going to tilt the screen back into position here. The tape will stick itself on the back here for the webcam part. No need to really manipulate that. Make sure it's all nicely lined up. Take your 4 black screws you removed earlier. Place them back into the 4 proper spots here. No need to over tighten them, just snug them up nicely. Okay, so those 4 screws are now back in place. We will now remove the screen protector here. Just gently pull back on the tape. Just pull that off there like that. Now the only remaining step is to get the bezel that you removed earlier. Be a good time to clean it now if needed. Otherwise, go ahead and put it back into place just gently. You line up the bottoms here so that the 2 hinge parts are covered up. Just got a little piece of tape there to stick back down. Just 2 little clicks there to have it snap into place. You want to push it all the way down to make sure your screw holes are going to line up here and here. So we want to start with the top bezel part, snapping it back into place up at the top, just gently squeezing it, and continue down around the outside edges, starting on the outside at first, and then finally right at the very bottom edge, the bottom inside, not on the screen part so you don't damage the new screen, just on the bottom edge here. Looks like we've got that all in place. We're going to go ahead and put the 2 silver screws back in their positions. Really can't mess this up at this point. Just Just give this a little final squeeze here, make sure it's in place. And again, don't over tighten the screws, just snug them up. And again on this side here, just making sure that this bezel is properly squeezed together here. So that should be it. We'll close the screen up, flip it over. We'll put our battery back in. And if everything goes well, once we got the battery back in, should be able to turn it on and hopefully have a repaired netbook. Let's give it a try here. Different Aspire 1 netbooks may have different disassembly and different requirements, but as you can see, there's nothing wrong with the screen here. Thanks for listening to my tutorial.